It's Singularity against Espanyol. Winner moves into the grand finals to play against Sandrock Gaming, and also locks in an extra $2,000 of prize money for themselves. Loser will have to settle for third place and a $3,000 prize. Well, like I said just moments ago, to those of you who caught the little bit of pre-match talk that we were able to do, Singularity and Espanyol have yet to play each other in this tournament, so this is a first. Both of them were sent to the lower bracket by Sandrock Gaming, where Singularity had the better performance against Sandrock compared to Espanyol. And also, these two teams have both got wins over Endpoint in the bracket, so you can make a comparison there as well. Now, it's a chance to see if this series will follow the script any closer, or to follow the likely matchup on paper closer than other series in this tournament have, because I would say that Singularity have got the advantage here, and they are 1-0 up already. Nolly puts in a hard shot straight down the middle. Just first to the ball as it came into the centre, and Stake had a difficult job trying to catch up with that one. 1-0 Singularity already. Well, like I said, if you compare these two teams in their wins against Endpoint, Singularity looked more impressive. If you compare them in their losses to Sandrock, Singularity looked more impressive. This is RLCS versus the Rival Series. Rival Series second against RLCS 7th. Pretty close in the power rankings as well. But it's all about the offensive consistency of Espanyol. When they can pass the ball in offense, they look just as good as Sandrock Gaming at times. But they've had difficulties bringing that offensive pressure to every single matchup like Sandrock have. There's been much more quiet matches for the Espanyol boys. Singularity have been more consistent. They are, I think, the consistent team who are left in the tournament. No matter which one of them makes it into the grand final, we will have a rematch. It would be third time lucky against Sandrock for Singularity. It would be second time lucky for Espanyol. Not sure which matchup out of those two you guys are hoping for more. Tho to the crossbar. He's got Nolly in reserve, and Singularity are ahead by 2. I love this backboard hit by Tho. A lot of people would try and shoot this, but notice that he's intentionally hit that into the bar because he expected there to be a pre-jumping Espanyol goalkeeper. That's really selfless of him to play a pass in that position. Essentially, point-blank range shot. And also great vision, great knowledge of where Nolly was coming in from. Espanyol. No real chances as of yet. They've not got a massive speed advantage, I feel, in this matchup today. I think that Espanyol, if they're playing at their best, will have an edge in terms of speed. Oh, that was a great pass. And the shot hits off the post as well. Espanyol come close, and they don't come away with a goal. Plenty of early challenges from Singularity are backing up Espanyol. They're not getting a lot of space to make their plays. And this is pretty comfortable on the goal line, largely, for Singularity, even though they are having to do a lot of defending right now. Oh, that's a boost star of Nolly though, and Tox gets the first goal for Espanyol. Exactly half the game to go. Nolly was there, but he couldn't catch up to it. Very nicely done by the majority Spanish team. Tox, of course, a resident German. Luckily for Espanyol, he does speak Spanish, so they're able to hum in Spanish in their games. Stake doesn't get the reset that he was looking for. Tox taking his time. He evades the demo, now looks for one of his own, but that's going to miss as well, and everybody's actually missed the ball as it makes its way down to the blue half. Zamu doubles to the middle, and that was a chance for Espanyol again. They are getting closer and closer to equalising here. More opportunities. Godsmill is in an awkward spot. He's got the ball into the corner, but it's straight back into the middle. Tox What about Samway now? He's gone over the top of it. That was a chance. A real chance for Espanyol. They had the pressure on their opponents. All it takes is one miss, and they're right back to where they started. Stake with a very nice first touch off the side of the field. Samway tries to get the ball back towards him. Nolly up early to get the ball down the line again. Singularity just waiting for a chance. Oh, well, there's one, though. Straight down the middle. Just slaps it on target. And that was a very nice placement. It's rare to see good placement down the middle of a goal, but this was perfect because he had a goalie on either side. And he had to stick it between them pretty quickly in order for that to reach the back of the net. That's not something that Tho struggle with this tournament. Most of his shots, if not all of them, have been boomers. Stakes pinch clear, denied. Godsmiller happy to bring this one down in the corner. 50-50 game looking good for Singularity. Great speed by Tho in the challenge. Just 1 minute left. And Espanyol, they'll be kicking themselves. They'll be a bit disappointed with how they started this one. That's a pre-jump in the middle from Tox, and pass did connect. It was a difficult one to really do anything with. Infield again. Tox puts it into the ceiling. He knows that there was a goalkeeper challenging him. No point putting it on target. But the aerial speed for Singularity looks more than capable. Tox pretty quick up to this one though, and that's a great shot. Brilliant solo effort by Tox, who's using the ceiling very well here. That's 2 plays in a row now that he's hit the ball straight into the roof to help advance himself further forward. Looks like Tox is having some issues with his connection. We will change server after this game if that is the case. Is it Stake actually? No, it is Tox. I'm not sure why Stake's decided to stop. This will be a play on. But that's a shame if Stake is just disconnected here. I'm going to ask. I think Stake might have DC'd. Okay. Right, if Stake's DC'd, I think we're going to have to remake this one 3-2 with about 15 seconds left. I'm going to go check. Alright, we got a remake because the MS is confirmed. I got a remake 3-2 game with 15 seconds left. Right, now let's see if Nolly can score this with exactly 26 seconds remaining. That's what we're hoping for. Anything in that region is fine. Okay, come on Nolly, you can do it. Round of applause for Nolly. He's nailed it. 26 seconds remaining. We've got an exact restart. Amazing. What a goal by Nolly. The timing. I thought he was a bit too early. I'm not going to lie. I thought he'd arrived too early, but he's nailed it. And now here we go. We're back in the game. Please nobody disconnect. 26 seconds left. Espanyol trying to get the late comeback here. Godsmiller with a back pass to Tho. That's not the hardest hit by Tho, especially not what we're used to seeing from him. Passing play opportunity for Espanyol, but Tox has hit the ball really slowly there. That might be the best chance they get in what's left of this game. Looks like there will be one more. Tox flies onto it. Oh, that's a crazy passing play, potentially. Almost an insane pass to finish off the game on a pre-jumping Tox. But it just didn't connect, and it is SNG, Singularity, who take the 1-0 lead here. Now, don't know if there's any point in me saving this replay. Why not? We'll stick that on the website. We'll put that one on the website. People will be so confused if they download this one to watch it later. But if you've just tuned in, we had to do a little remake there, but there were no goals after the restart. So all is well. 1-0 for Singularity in the best of 7. Let's see if Espanyol can bounce back. They did get the last goal between these two teams. It's also worth mentioning that they started looking a bit risky with their defense and improved as we went on. Samway with a really high bump. That's brilliant play by Espanyol to kick off game 2. What a bump. Coming off the back wall. Check this out. Snipes Godsmiller clean out the air. And then Stake had the open net. Now that's a hugely surprising offensive play by Espanyol. There's no way that Godsmiller saw that one coming. How can you? You're used to seeing players up on the back wall looking for redirects, but bumps that early, not so much. Nolly has some time, gets his reset, but he's a bit too far behind the ball to do anything with it. Stake connecting with Tox's clear. They're getting match for speed here. This is impressive to see Singularity playing with this much confidence in the aerial game. Of course, they did play versus Weedham Girls in the group stage, and they had to deal with WDG being quite aggressive and quite quick in the air. Singularity weren't too troubled by that. I think Espanyol, at least this tournament, have been on another level at times. Some of their aggression has been insane. So, top corner flick, it's off the post. Samway is there to take it into the side of the field. Now counter-attack down the middle. Stake to the backboard. Look for Espanyol to try use that high ball as much as possible. Great interception by Samway. Tho is looking for the open net. Godsmillet as well, and Samway's gotten the better of him as well. Extremely good defending by Samway. Manu will get the unassisted assist, or the unawarded assist, for the only goal of the game so far. Saw a very interesting post on the Rocket League Esports subreddit just the other day, talking about how many assists players have which are not counted by the game. Of course, predominantly bumps on goalkeepers. That'll never count in game as an assist, but we all know it is definitely an assist to a goal. And if I'm not mistaken, I think, was it Sipical was top of NA for assists if you count the bumps that he's had off the ball when his team's scoring. Well, that's a great shot. Nolly brought his shooting boots today. Or shooting wheels, I guess. He's been hitting top corners both game 1 and now game 2 also. Perfect pass. And it's going to be a difficult series for Espanyol. Singularity are sometimes slow starters. Didn't start slow today, and they're still building, improving as we go. Stereotypical heavy hit by Tho relieves the pressure. Nolly intercepts the clear. Stake going over the top of the challenge. This has been a good strategy for Espanyol to anticipate the aerial challenges of Singularity and try to put the ball over the top of them. It's the only way you can get the ball past an early challenge like that. If you're getting the win just barely. Espanyol are in their own half for the majority of this game, and every time that I was going to say that every time that Singularity are in the defensive corner, they look quite comfortable. Just as I was about to say it, they have to rely on the post to save them. That was completely uncontested for Espanyol. Samway unable to read the corner bounce. So look at it, air dribble it clear towards Nolly again. Tox quickly backing into the corner. Espanyol really need to get a win soon. They came back well in their previous round, but they don't want to have to do that again, especially not against Singularity, who I think are much harder. Like I've said several times this tournament, harder to win consecutive games against. Godsmillet has taken the lead though. The Singularity are just coming out on top of all kinds of awkward positions. That's a phenomenal pass by Nolly. The fact that he's been able to control that pinch is extremely impressive. This is bad news for Espanyol. They can't get their offense going. They can't get consistent pressure on their opponents. Singularity are just far too comfortable playing the 50-50 game in defense, and they're just about fast enough in their aerial game to deny Espanyol easy wins on aerial battles, like we saw when they played against Triple Trouble. They were just so dominant in that aspect of the game. There was no chance for TT to keep up, but Singularity are playing much quicker in that regard. So just lets the ball go past him into the corner, and now Nolly will stick it into the sidewall. This is actually quite risky for Singularity there. There was a chance for Espanyol and another one, but Godsmillet is just sitting in the box. He knows that there's an infield pass coming, and he has the interception on it. Now Godsmillet missed his open net. He didn't have the boost to get around the ball. 35 seconds left in game 2. So far Singularity have been quite dominant, not on the scoreline, but with how this series has gone, with how the chances have fell, they've looked a lot better out of the two teams Early read by Samway, but he's missed, and that's not a good sign. Usually, Espanyol nail those reads 10 times out of 10. Look at Nolly with the slow motion air dribble. He's just dropped the ball down into the middle gracefully. And Espanyol have to do some defending before they can even get another chance to score at the end of this game. Tox tries to keep it up off the sidewall. Tho will shut down that angle of attack. Samway towards Tox, but Godsmill is there. And that is going to be 2-0 in the series for Singularity. They're just too solid at the back. They're fast enough to prevent Espanyol from getting any kind of aerial domination started. And they're way more comfortable. Out of the two teams, Singularity are the team who look comfortable in defense. Espanyol do not. This is kind of what Singularity were doing yesterday against SRG when they were having success against them. They were just more comfortable defending. They weren't driving off their line impatiently. They were just playing as safely as possible with their third man. It's not something that Espanyol like to do. They want to play an aggressive third man. They want to play a full offensive rotation. And in order to do that, they have to get some pressure on their opponents, or else they're going to be vulnerable to counter-attacks. Nolly's been the main issue today. He's caused all kinds of problems every time he's had a touch on the ball downfield. It's into the middle for Nolly again. He goes straight up in the air with it and down to the backboard. Triple touch, looking for the quad, but it will go past him. Espanyol once again is too far forward off their goal line. It's over the top of Stake. And they're scrambling now to deny Singularity another leading goal. At the moment, it looks like we're just destined to see the third matchup between SNG and Sandrock Gaming, who awaits in the final. But don't forget that Espanyol did come back from 2 games down in the previous round, and that's awkward for Tho. Bounced through and he didn't expect it to. Now he's not able to catch up with Tox, and that's 1-0 to Espanyol. But it was this touch previously by Stake that started the attack going. And there is the 3-man offense that we've been waiting for. Tox uncontested in the middle of the box. And he's not going to miss from there. That's something that Espanyol have been extremely good at converting into goals. And they do it again. SNG came back in the last game. Espanyol need to defend well from here. Got a long time left in the game. Nolly sends it straight down the middle. This time it will be saved. Stake misses his read though, and there's been quite a lot of sidewall reads missed by Espanyol today. Samway finds Stake downfield with a pass, but it's easily saved by Godsmiller. That was fortunate for Stake again. He was slower to that ball, but Singularity player missed it. Nice demo by Tox in the recovery. Tho with an interception, however. Stake will get up quickly and 50-50 with him. It's dangerous now. Tho looking for Tox on the back wall. Tox has done well. Done more than well, in fact. He's gotten a pass out of this pressure situation. And now, pressure is right back on SNG. A moment for Tox to decide what he's going to do with this one. Decides to just lob it up high. The Singularity have got everything covered. They're covering the infield pass. They're covering the backboard. They're covering the goal. Fantastic communication by them and great pressure management. They're not falling apart like many teams have against Espanyol. They have an answer to the majority of touches. There's only the one time this game where Tho was surprised by the acceleration that Stake was able to apply to the ball. Apart from that, Singularity have had an answer for everything. And they look extremely threatening every time they come forward. Espanyol is struggling to read them. Tox flicks it into the middle to Samway. It's wide open. Samway decides to slow play this. Now Stake into the back wall. No boost for the double touch. Tox decides not to commit to it. Nolly will have a chance to intercept on the counter-attack now. He's got Godsmiller to the left of him. Slow hit forward by Godsmiller. Will be easily intercepted by Espanyol. Tho infield to Godsmiller. Back to Tho, but intercepted by Tox. And it's unfolding a lot better for Espanyol. Samway gets the second goal. And he just threaded the needle here. Godsmiller trying to get out to the ball as quickly as possible. He knows that the corner reads are going to be quick for Espanyol. But I think Godsmiller went a bit too fast. He went faster than he was comfortable with, for sure. Stakes just missed the ball on the kickoff. Great interception. Fantastic dunk by Tox. He's become quite well known for these. And that's an excellent result for Espanyol again. Godsmiller will send that one into the bar. Espanyol might get a third anyway, and it will be Samway to put it in. Finally, Espanyol have figured out how to get their offense going. Even had the flip reset, didn't get a chance to use it, unfortunately. Samway, just in case he had it available. Singularity only made a few mistakes this game, and it was enough to really blow the game wide open. Espanyol don't need a lot of chances in order to get goals. Oh, look at this though. What a demo by Nolly. He was flying right beside those air dribble on this one. Nolly or Tux really with no chance. Just a shot from Tho. Nolly flies right in front of it. Usually you'll have somebody flying in front of their own shot. Nolly just knew the goalie was all that was stopping that from going in. Minute and 21 left. A chance perhaps for SNG. Espanyol have been organised in defence in this game, and in fact they're going to get a fourth goal. It was awkward for Tho, unfortunately for them, just as they started to get the comeback going. It all fell apart. 4-1 now. Yeah, apologies for the frame drops, guys. Of course, wouldn't be last week at TEI without technical. Had to just throw that one in there. Should be fine now though. Just tell people in chat to refresh so that they can join us once again if they have momentarily left us for the low FPS world. This is exactly what Espanyol needed. They, I think, desperately needed a comfortable win in this matchup. Not just a win, because with every game being edged in the favor of Singularity, I think something like a close one-game victory with lots of scares defensively wouldn't have done wonders for their confidence. It's difficult to imagine yourself scraping out victories again and again and again against a team like Singularity. There was two things that could have, I think, given Espanyol the momentum that they need to now have a good chance in this series. One of them was a crushing win like this. The other one would have been maybe an extended overtime victory, of course. Those always do give huge swings to series like this, which are so close. And Espanyol don't want to get swept today, that's for sure. They will not be swept. It's best of 7, and they put the first game on the board for themselves. Singularity need to tighten these defensive holes. I think Tho a couple of times this game was just a little bit too far off the goal line, and that ended up being disastrous for his team and for himself. Still a long way back though for Espanyol. If they lose this one, they're going to need 3 in a row, so full focus necessary. Singularity still look dangerous every time they attack. It's a strange thing. It's hard to describe why. You just have this sense that a goal is coming in Rocket League, and other times you just have the sense that you're not going to have any goals and you're going to have a never-ending overtime. But every time that Singularity attack, I've got a goal is coming sort of sixth sense clicking. It's just constantly going off. Don't know if you guys can relate to this. But Espanyol were the team who got significantly more goals in the last game. That does bode well for them. Stake looking difficult though, and I think he's just own goaled this, but man, I don't know what it is. You just have this feeling every time that SNG hit the ball towards the Espanyol net that something's going to go wrong, and it has. I swear. It's just like an uncomfortable feeling. I knew this was going to happen. It's been happening all day. Just SNG send the ball into the last area of the field, just anywhere near the box, and Espanyol don't look comfortable. They don't look like they're ready to deal with what's coming out their way, even if it's a simple overhead clear. It's called reading the script. I know this is going to have a lot of people, all the conspiracy theorists are going to be putting on their tinfoil hats now. Because, yeah, with how unpredictable this tournament has been, there's more and more people starting to truly believe that it is in fact scripted. I'm just going to leave you guys to make up your own minds at this point. There's no point in me telling you it isn't. I do wonder what goes through the heads of people who think that tournaments like this are actually scripted. Like, how difficult it would be to script a Rocket League tournament. Is that just in? It is, though! Sends the ball flying from one end of the field to the other. And that is the danger of an infield pass. If there's nobody there to put the ball into the net, then it's essentially a pass to a ready goalkeeper, and Tho is the worst player to pass the ball to in that position, because like I said earlier, he can't stop smashing every single touch this tournament, and he's boomed it one end of the field to the other. And Espanyol are still not looking like their full offensive selves. We saw another sidewall read miss by Stake. Good defense by Tho. Tox puts it to the back wall. Now here comes Stake trying to redeem himself. That's on target, but too slowly. Godsmilla easily saves. If things keep going the way they're going, I would be extremely surprised to see Espanyol make the grand final. Oh, that's a great passing play. Nolly saved it though. You know what, I'm somewhat annoyed. I would love to see a replay of that passing play, but Nolly's not allowed us to see one. That was the sort of offense that we've been looking for from Espanyol. Great save by Tox, and he's demoed Tho at the far side. Nolly waits for the ball to come to him. It's awkward for Espanyol again. Great dunk by Samway, but Tho has got so much space to play with. And he transitions into a ceiling clear with relative ease. Samway down the middle. He's got Godsmilla in front of him, and Godsmilla comes out the better of the two. Espanyol have had very limited chances this game. They had one excellent passing play, but besides that, they're really struggling to get the ball past Singularity. And it's like Senzo told us yesterday, besides Vitality and Dignitas, he does think that Singularity were by far the most awkward team that they played against, the most difficult team to get the ball past. He says that they read the game very well, and I would tend to agree with them in that statement, especially when they're able to nullify the Espanyol offense as much as they are. That's a good bounce for Samway. Oh, it's just gone straight in! Well, I didn't think that the goal would come this easily, but Espanyol will certainly take it. In a time like this, it was Godsmilla in the back, and he's just turned around the wrong way. Did not see the shot coming, I guess, but certainly not the best defensive display that we've seen from Godsmilla in recent times. Perhaps a chance for Espanyol to get a late comeback in the game again. You have to take your chances when they come. That was a good example of it. Singularity don't give you too many opportunities. Even the last game where Espanyol won 4-1, it's not like they had countless opportunities to score on top of that. It's just that they took the chances they did get. Just over a minute left in the game. Nolly for a boost steal, and a demo doesn't get either. Tox, flip reset. Great recovery as he mind games Godsmilla out of the game. Tried to pinch the ball off the ground, it looks like. It's an open net for Nolly. Saved by Samway. Shot was going to be too slow. Tox is getting bumped on his way forward. Can Samway get to the ball? No. Interceptions continue to rain in for Singularity. And they've got so much space to work with now with only 40 seconds left in the series, in the game I should say. And Espanyol just can't get the ball clear. It's a great save by Tox, but Singularity look like the team more likely to score, even though they have a 2-1 lead already. So every time that Espanyol are trying to get it clear, notice the distance between the Singularity players. You can hardly ever see two of them in the same place. And essentially, that is what good rotation looks like in Rocket League. Make it very difficult for the other team to get the ball past all of you. Tox has one more chance here to center. He's got it into the middle. Godsmilla's miss. It was saved by Tho anyway, and Tho's come back in for a second touch. That's high and into the back wall. And now Nolly sends it straight down. And Singularity lead 3-1. They've looked too good today. And Espanyol have to do the exact same thing that they did against Endpoint in the previous round. If they're going to advance out of this one, they were able to come back from 3-1 down in that series. Yeah, this is strangely similar to the series we saw yesterday, Endpoint versus Espanyol. Not yesterday, 2 days ago, sorry. strangely similar. Espanyol just haven't been able to bring their A-game in offense. Now, if we do look at the Endpoint versus Espanyol series as a clue for what's going to happen in the rest of this one, then the thing that Singularity will want to do now to avoid the mistake that Endpoint made against Espanyol is Singularity really, I think they want to bring the maximum amount of pressure in Game 5 to Espanyol. This is their throwaway game. They have 3 match points. This is the game that they can just surprise Espanyol in. Endpoint didn't do that when they played Espanyol. They had the exact same 3-1 lead that we see here for Singularity, and their strategy that they went for was to sit back with everybody and wait for Espanyol to mess up, and it never happened. Espanyol took the game, and that really, gave Espanyol the confidence and the space to get their offense going in full force. Let's see if Singularity decide to really bring the pressure to their opponents here. I think that's the winning strategy. I think it's the best play they can make in a time like this. But they might just try and sit out and wait for mistakes. Though, opens the scoring. Now they can definitely park the bus in defense. The air rolls through the first touch and the second one to get maximum power on the ball as he spirals into it. And there's nobody covering the shot, nobody covering the goal for Espanyol already. Down 1-0, 30 seconds in. It's been a great performance from Singularity. They've been so consistent. They've consistently outplayed Espanyol in all but one game. The only game that Espanyol were able to win so far this series was a game that was full of defensive mispositioning from Singularity. If they can prevent that from happening, it's going to be very difficult for Espanyol to come back, especially now that they've conceded so early. Tox has just completely missed the ball. He's not happy with how he's playing. I'm sure Nolly sends it down the line. A lot of space for Espanyol to work with, but the challenges are linked up so well for Singularity that it's really difficult for Espanyol to make plays. One other thing that Singularity are doing really well is fake challenging with their first man. They do it very often. Notice that whenever a Espanyol player has the ball under control in defense, you'll see a Singularity player just move up to get in his face, have a presence in the area, but he doesn't dive forward unnecessarily. He just makes his presence felt, and then backs off and lets a teammate come in, and that allows them to constantly have people back. Oh, Snake's found the hole though, in the top corner. And Espanyol have an early response. Fantastic first touch there by Stake after the ceiling came into play. He didn't need to wait very long before firing at the top corner. That gave Singularity no chance to close him down. Must-win game for Espanyol. Every game from now is. But they've at least given themselves a chance in this one. Godsmiller, the man who's predominantly third man for his team, trying to do the sweep up duty here. Hasn't got much distance on that clear though. It's straight to Samway, but Godsmiller with a nice interception keeps it moving forwards. Singularity difficult to read again, and it's a crossbar to the rescue for Espanyol. Nolly with a great read off the ceiling. He was met by Tox, but Singularity are getting the better of these 50-50s. Espanyol can't get the ball past their opponents. The knock-ons in the midfield are just not there for Espanyol. They're not passing out of defense. They don't have the options, not at least as many as Singularity do whenever they're clearing the ball. They have players like Nolly is right now, running off to the side, giving his teammate who's on ball an option to pass it clear. Espanyol are so afraid to leave their half that they're not moving into those passing lanes anywhere near as much. 2 minutes left in the game. Tox has to just wait on the back wall. Luckily for him, it comes straight towards him. The dribble gets started. Godsmiller with a fake challenge. It's Tox to slow down. Now the acceleration into the middle. Tho and Stake match each other for speed. Espanyol once again have a hard time getting the ball past any Singularity defenders, far less all three of them. And a defensive team bump for Tox and Stake causes momentary chaos at the back. Two in defense for Singularity again. Notice how many players are between the ball and the Singularity goal on every single one of these plays. Espanyol need to thread the needle perfectly on every single attack, or there's just no way they're going to score. Great speed by Tho. Looks like Sammy got a better 50-50 than he did. It stays in the corner for Nolly, and he's decided to air dribble this one out of defense. Oh my goodness, Nolly. What a game winner that would have been. It was off the post. And a late arrival for Espanyol. Cleared up the supporting player. Godsmill has done the same to Espanyol on this play. With 50 seconds left, it's so far been Singularity who have had the better of the two teams' chances. Godsmiller testing the goalkeeper again. Samway will pass the test, and he's got a chance to go down the line as well. Nice pressure on the recovery from Tho. Nolly. Well, uncharacteristically bad clear. There was a supporting player though. Pre-jump. Tox. Oh, he found the rebound, and what a goal for Espanyol! Pre-jump with a mid-air team pinch. Gets the ball into the middle, and Samway's recovered to put it in to the bottom right corner. That might be goal of the tournament. I don't think I've ever seen a pre-jump into a team pinch passing play. But Espanyol, after struggling all day, have brought out something wonderful, and they've given themselves a real chance to move one step closer to winning this series. Double commit from Samu and Stake. He's left Tox alone in defense, and he's under pressure here. Nolly with a shot, Tox with a save. What an unbelievable goal that was for Espanyol. Is it going to be the one that wins game 5 for them? They just need the ball to go into the ground, and it will. Espanyol with a crazy team effort refuse to go out of this series just yet. And that was a game which was absolutely on a knife edge. It was so close. There was no real clear opportunities for either team. And then suddenly Espanyol have the vision and the confidence to make one of the riskiest plays work. But they have been rewarded. And now we do go into game 6. Is this a repeat of the losers round 2? Espanyol came back from 3-1 down to win that one. And they started that comeback win by popping off in game 5. Well, they've done it again. I definitely call that a pop-off. Singularity have got 2 more chances to get this series done and dusted. Tox. This hits the ball into the corner. He was trying to get it centre there. Tho walks past one, walks past another. It's right across the box there, but nobody able to commit in time for SNG. Nolly flies upwards and past the ball. Samway, confident speed as he beats his man to the punch. Tox will do likewise, and now Samway's pre-flipped into position, but Tho on the counter-attack, testing Stake's defense. Stake with a nice clear ball to the corner. Now there is a man running off the ball. That's something that was missing for most of game 5. Stake getting in position to receive a pass there. Nolly, high double touch attempt. He's hit the post. There's nobody ready to get near that one. Espanyol need to be careful if they're going to attack with multiple members. They're going to fall into the counter-attacking trap of Singularity at some point. Free flip by Samway. Now he's downfield for Stake's touch, but Tho collects the ball uncontested. He looks for the air dribble over one. Tho en route to the top corner, runs into Samway. Espanyol moving around the field with a lot more confidence now. They're moving quicker. They're taking off for their aerials a lot quicker as well. Singularity will have their work cut out for them if Espanyol can keep this up. Still so hard to separate these two teams. This is not a matchup that you're going to get a chance to see in the promotion relegation tournament for RLCS, because Singularity have already booked their spot for next year. Espanyol need to make it through that promo tournament if we're going to see them in RLCS next year, but based on what I've seen from them, I think they're more than capable of doing so. Tox with a very nice interception in the corner. Nolly gets a bump on Stake, who still just gets a touch on it, but now Godsmill is uncontested, and he's put it in off the post. 1-0 Singularity. And was it a good thing that Stake got a piece of that ball? It looks like it pinched off Tho and into the ceiling after he touched it. A little bit fortunate for Singularity, but there's no question they had Espanyol in an extremely rough position there. Espanyol could handle it. Stake to the corner. He doesn't have anybody coming forward in support. Tox is very quickly forced to run back and defend the long shot. Free flip down the line from Stake, but everything's intercepted at the moment by Singularity. Espanyol need another moment of brilliance, or do they? It might just be a simple shot. It's saved by Nolly, but that was pretty close, and Espanyol are firing from all angles now. Plenty free flips being attempted here. Stake flies in for the challenge. So does Samway now. Everybody's just going as quickly as possible for Espanyol. If they're going to lose this, they want to go down. They want to go out in an explosion of speed and aggression. We've got a minute and 45 to find the equalizer. Tox uncontested, but it's too far ahead of him. The pass was just too fast. Stake looking for Tox on the right hand side. He was still turning, but that's an early read. And a pinch center. It's like Singularity are sitting back and just letting Espanyol go for the ball uncontested, because they've realized Espanyol are just trying to beat them right now. They don't have any real plan with where they're hitting it. They're just trying to get the ball past Singularity, and then once everybody's out of the game, they'll try and put it into the goal. Singularity trying to wait for Espanyol to be done with what they're doing and then make a play. Now here it comes. Singularity could really take a huge advantage in this last game, potentially last game, with another goal here. Tox with a slow dribble out of defense. He's got Samway in support. 50-50 goes to throw in the corner. He has Nolly down the line. Final 45 seconds. Game 6 regulation time. Singularity still lead by that one goal. Oddsmiller first to pounce on the loose ball in the middle of the box. And Espanyol can't even get the ball away from their half right now. Double 50-50 win for Samway. And he's actually pre-flipped into a dunk to continue this attack. Brilliant work by Samway. But it's not sitting pretty too much for Espanyol. Double commit allows the ball to go clear. Can Singularity hold on here? All they've got to do is defend for another 10 seconds and they will be into the grand final of the competition to face SRG for a third time. Samway looking for a double touch center. It's cleared well by Tho, and that might be the game. That might be the series. Tox fires long. Nobody's anywhere near it. And Tho just lets it drop for the game winner, for the series winner. Singularity defeat Espanyol and they advance into the grand final of the competition. GG's, well played. It was not the most technical difficulty stricken series, but overall I will say Singularity are the deserved victors. There was, game 5 especially was a standout game for Espanyol where they really popped off, but they just couldn't start in that top gear, unfortunately for them. They took a while before they could get the confidence to really play the game that I think they play best, which is super fast aerial game, extremely confident in their takeoffs and in their supporting players, get that three-man offense going. It just never really happened for Espanyol today until game 5 and 6, where we got to see them play at full speed. Let me just give the bracket another refresh so you guys can see what we have left. That is the conclusion of the lower bracket. All that remains is tomorrow's grand final, where Sandrock Gaming will play against Singularity in a best of 9 with a 1-game head start, since they come from the winner bracket. There is no bracket reset in this format. We'll have a maximum of 8 games. First to 5 wins. Sandrock start 1-0 ahead. Yeah, GG's to Espanyol. They will take home $3,000 for their efforts, and Endpoint do take home $2,000 for theirs. But now there's still $5,000 left to play for. And the confidence to make one of the riskiest plays work. But they have been rewarded. And now we do go into game 6. Is this a repeat of the losers round 2? Espanyol came back from 3-1 down to win that one. And they started that comeback win by popping off in game 5. Well, they've done it again. I definitely call that a pop-off. Singularity, I've got 2 more chances to get this series done and dusted. Tox. This hits the ball into the corner. He was trying to get it centered there. Though, walks past one, walks past another. It's right across the box there, but nobody able to commit in time for SNG. Nolly flies upwards and past the ball. Samway, confident speed as he beats his man to the punch. Tox will do likewise, and now Samway's pre-flipped into position. But though on the counter-attack, testing Steak's defense. Steak with a nice clear ball to the corner. Now there is a man running off the ball. That's something that was missing for most of game 5. Steak getting in position to receive a pass there. Nolly, high double touch attempt. He's hit the post. There's nobody ready to get near that one. Espanyol need to be careful if they're going to attack with multiple members. They're going to fall into the counter-attacking trap of Singularity at some point. Free flip by Samway. Now he's downfield for Steak's touch, but Tho collects the ball uncontested. He looks for the air dribble over one. Tho en route to the top corner, runs into Samway. Espanyol moving around the field with a lot more confidence now. They're moving quicker. They're taking off for their aerials a lot quicker as well. Singularity will have their work cut out for them if Espanyol can keep this up. Still so hard to separate these two teams. This is not a matchup that you're going to get a chance to see in the promotion relegation tournament for RLCS, because Singularity have already booked their spot for next year. Espanyol need to make it through that promo tournament if we're going to see them in RLCS next year, but based on what I've seen from them, I think they're more than capable of doing so. Tox with a very nice interception in the corner. Nolly gets a bump on Steak, who still just gets a touch on it, but now Godsmill is uncontested, and he's put it in off the post. 1-0 Singularity. And was it a good thing that Steak got a piece of that ball? It looks like it pinched off Tho and into the ceiling after he touched it. A little bit fortunate for Singularity, but there's no question they had Espanyol in an extremely rough position there. Espanyol couldn't handle it. Steak to the corner. He doesn't have anybody coming forward in support. Tox is very quickly forced to run back and defend the long shot. Free flip down the line from Steak, but everything's intercepted at the moment by Singularity. Espanyol need another moment of brilliance, or do they? It might just be a simple shot. It's saved by Nolly, but that was pretty close, and Espanyol are firing from all angles now. Plenty free flips being attempted here. Steak flies into the challenge, so does Samway now. Everybody's just going as quickly as possible for Espanyol. If they're going to lose this, they want to go down. They want to go out in an explosion of speed and aggression. We've got a minute and 45 to find the equalizer. Tox uncontested, but it's too far ahead of him. The pass was just too fast. Steak looking for Tox on the right hand side. He was still turning, but that's an early read and a pinch center. It's like Singularity are sitting back and just letting Espanyol go for the ball uncontested, because they've realized Espanyol are just trying to beat them right now. They don't have any real plan with where they're hitting it. They're just trying to get the ball past Singularity, and then once everybody's out of the game, they'll try and put it into the goal. Singularity trying to wait for Espanyol to be done with what they're doing and then make a play. Now here it comes. Singularity could really take a huge advantage in this last game, potentially last game, with another goal here. Tox with a slow dribble out of defense. He's got Samway in support. 50-50 goes to Tho in the corner. He has Nolly down the line. Final 45 seconds. Game 6 regulation time. Singularity still lead by that one goal. Godsmill first to pounce on the loose ball in the middle of the box. And Espanyol can't even get the ball away from their half right now. Double 50-50 win for Samway. And he's actually pre-flipped into a dunk to continue this attack. Brilliant work by Samway. But it's not sitting pretty too much for Espanyol. Double commit allows the ball to go clear. Can Singularity hold on here? All they've got to do is defend for another 10 seconds and they will be into the grand final of the competition. to face SRG for a third time. Samway looking for a double touch center. It's cleared well by Tho, and that might be the game. That might be the series. Sox fires along, nobody's anywhere near it, and Tho just lets it drop for the game winner, for the series winner. Singularity defeat Espanyol, and they advance into the grand final of the competition. GG's, well played.